Hey legends, and welcome to my collection tour for May 2026. Breyerfest is right around the corner, so I figured it would be a good time to show you guys my collection before all the Breyerfest madness. And yes, I'm back in my old room, so without further ado, let's jump right in. We'll start off with our Schleich models, and as you can see, I've also got two new in-box Breyers here. So this is my Breyerfest 2024 celebration model slash Breyerfest box, I guess you could say. She's just chilling up here, and then I've also got a new in-box Athena as well as a plushie chilling on the top of them. But all of my Schleich models are in the front here. So just here we've got Midnight, Ruby, Whirlwind, Paris, Comet, Wonder, Trust, Lightning, Adagio. This one doesn't have a name yet, so we're just gonna skip her. But we've got Copper, Apache, Chris, who was painted by Night Sky Studio, and then we've got Dante, who is painted by Breeside Farms. Next is Ronan, who was painted by Nyan Productions. Then we've got Mango, who was painted by Phoenix Prince Studios. This is Akatsuki, who was painted by Whirlwind modelhorses. And then we've got Ranger on the end here. And then in the front here, we've got Aurora, Memory. This is Violet, Cloud. We've got Windsong. This is Banner. Zeva, who was resculpted by Jonas of Lootscut and painted by King Zorg. Then we've got Promise, Pepper, Chase, Punch, and Milkshake. They're so cute. These three are new, so they don't actually have names, but on the end we've got Sunburst and Mocha. Then down from them we've got my Fireheart Conga. So here we've got Bolin. This is Taylor. Then we have Saya and Bruno. And then on this side, we've got a custom that was painted by Elena Daniel of Sugar Sweet Studios. He's so pretty. His name is Toshinori. And then here we've got Naofumi next to him. And we've just got my custom Cosimo Sirius chilling on the end here because he doesn't have his own conga yet, but he was the original Premier Club model and I repainted him because I didn't like Breyer's original finish design. So I think he turned out a lot better as a blue roan. On the next shelf, we have all of my painted artist resins. So let's start on the end here. We've got Motoyasu, who's a sterling resin that was painted by Alicia Enzimo. He's so gorgeous. He's got a bloody shoulder on both sides and I love all of his speckling. He's so pretty. Then we have Kaminari, who is I think it's Whirlwind resin. Oh my god, I can't even remember what the name of the resin is. But he was painted by Nyan Productions on Instagram and he is for sure one of my favorites at the moment. Then next to him we have Sebastian. He's a Willem resin that was painted by Alicia Enzimo as well. In the front we've just got a couple of micros. So this guy, he doesn't have a name, but he was painted by me. Then we've got Callum and Tabitha, who are so cute. They were both painted by, oh, who were they painted by? Damn. I can't remember who they're painted by, but I'll put it on the screen so you guys can see. Then we have Spicy, who was painted by me. And then we've got Blue, who I don't actually know who painted this one, so we're just gonna skip that. Then we've got Harley, who is painted by Mitten Lake Studios, or Hallie Kelly. I love her work. Her work is so beautiful, so I'm really happy I managed to score this little girl. And then we've got Finley, who was painted by Nyan Productions. He is so pretty. Like, look at all of the detailing on him. He's so gorgeous. Then we've got Zoe in the front here. She was painted by Kingston Studios. And then we've got Satori, who was painted by Sugar Sweet Studios or Elena Daniel. Then we've got Motoyasu. He's my Encanto resin. I love him. He was painted by Karen Zorn. And then we've got Azula, who was also painted by Elena Daniel of Sugar Sweet Studios. She's my gorgeous Stromness with a mutation on her face. She's so pretty. And then my newest resin addition, who I don't actually think you guys have seen before. This is Karai, who is my Catalina resin. That was painted also by Elena Daniel and I love her. She's so pretty. Her shading is gorgeous. Just down from them we have all of my unpainted resins. I do have a couple of others, but they're already with painters, so I'm not gonna talk about them. But in the back we have a blank Stromness, we've got a Lunaris, this is an Encanto, we've got little mini Whirlwind in the back there. We've got a Shilbert, we've also got a 3D print who I don't know the name of the sculpt, and we've also got a Thunderbutt as well. On the next shelf we have three more of my painted resins. So this is Scarlet, who I don't know who painted her actually, so I need to figure that out. But she's a Tinkerbell resin. Then we have Soren, who's another D'Artagnan resin that was painted by Blackbird Studio, I'm pretty sure. And then we've got my Uko resin. I don't know why it's not focusing on right now. Focus on this one. Oh my god, camera, what are you doing? Okay, there we go. So this is Unagi, who was painted by Sabbath Store on Instagram, or Marine Savi. I love her work. I'm actually getting a couple models painted by her currently, and I'm so excited. He's so pretty. And then we have two of my, I guess you could say they're fjord/sport ponies. There isn't really a definitive name for the mold because they've got so many different variations. But this girl is Kushina, and next to her is Sienna. Next we have two of my Bluegrass Bandits. So this is Larissa and Rayla. Then next to them we have my custom Idicus. This is Nomad. He was painted by Waterfall Studios. He's so pretty. And then next to him we've got Morelia, who is a Geronimo/Roxy resculpt that was done by Salty Bronx Studios, and she was painted by Elena Daniel of Sugar Sweet Studios. Then on the next shelf we've got my Ethereal Conga. So here we've got Legacy, who was painted by Waterfall Studios. I still love him. He's still one of my absolute favorites. This guy I don't have a name for because he's a body technically, so I'm going to repaint him at some point, but I do actually really love his hairstyle. It's really cool. Then we've got my Ethereal Elemental series models. So this is Jax. Next to him we've got Zuko, who I love. He's such a gorgeous model. Then we've got Sen, and then Thalius is on the other side. And then we've got my Duendes. So here we have Lucan. This is Inquisitor, who was customized by Amon Ridge Studio. He's got braided mane in there, and she did him as a rose grey. He's so pretty. I believe he was supposed to be an Emporio portrait. Wow, my exposure just went straight out the window because the sun came out. And then next to him we've got Kovu, who was painted by EA Studios or Elizaveta Lagotina on Instagram. The next couple of shelves house my biggest Conga in my entire collection, and it actually is growing. I've managed to acquire a few extras before Breyerfest, so that's really exciting. So let's start with Cash here. His name is Bowie. We've got my two Pintalusa surprises. So this is Fitz and Jumanji. Then we've got Four. He's the original Premier Club model. This is Peaches, who was painted by Elena Daniel. Once again, I don't even know how many pieces I've got from Elena. I just love her work so much. On the next shelf, we've got Jiraiya, who was painted by Bits and Briars on Instagram, and he is so pretty. We've got Raptalia. This is Kai. We've got Fox, Ingressus, Fanta, Vince, Romeo. I need to change his name because I don't really love the original name, so I need to change that. We've got Splinter, who was painted by Amarang Studios on Instagram. He's one of my favorites. His shading is gorgeous. Then we've got this guy and this girl. Both of them are customs that were done by me several years ago. So I need to go over them and do a bit of repairing because they need a little bit of tender loving care. So we're just going to ignore those two, but they are both quite nice models actually, and I'm really happy that I managed to get them back. This is Takahiro, who was painted by Deb Brown. We've got Peizo, Asuma, Itadori, Iki, who is an Appaloosa. You can see his spots on the back there. He was painted by Lightning Leo on Instagram, and I love him. We've got Kanjigar, who was done by Danielle Vanderpool, or Dan Van's Customs. Then we've got Alaska, Christoph, And lucky last, we've got Charlemagne or Charlie, who was painted by EA Studios on Instagram, or Elizaveta Lagotina. Moving up, we've got my Othellos, including this little guy just here. I don't have a name for him, but he is so cute and I seriously need more on the mold. So here we've got Sasuke. He's my original Breyer Rainier and I love him. He's a forever piece in my collection. I will never let him go. Then we've got Alvin and Choji. Next we have my two Albarosos. We've got the original Albaroso, his name is Moriboshi, and then I've got a custom that was done by Daniel Vanderpool. His name is Iolia and he is so gorgeous. We've got one of my stones. This is Ida, who is actually the portrait stone of Infinity Breyer's real horse catcher. He's so pretty, look at all of his speckles. I love his speckles so much. Then we've got my Gypsy Vanners. I love these molds, they're so adorable. So this one is a custom that was painted by Elena Daniel. This is Himawari. We've got Tiger and Remy. This is Lavinia, I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce her name. I don't have another name for her yet. I've been a bit busy in my personal life, so I haven't had time to rename a lot of the newer models I got. But here we have Shuzune, who is the mother to this pretty little one. She was also painted by Sugar Sweet Studios. Then we've got Tamari and Miyoko on the end there. And then on the next shelf, we've got some more chunky girls. This is my bunny conga. So here we have Tsunade, and this is Fifi, who is my ambassador model from Stone. She's so cute, I love her so much. And then we've also got a resculpt that was done by Jonas of Lutzgut. And I need to paint her. I don't know what color I'm gonna do for her, but I hope to pick a color that will really bring out her mane because it's absolutely wild. We're getting to the stone part of my collection now, so I do actually have a couple more that will be joining very soon, but these are the ones that I currently have. So on the end here, we've got Rush. This is Shiro, who is my one of a kind that I am obsessed with. He's so beautiful. Also, I just noticed they both have a star and a snip. Oh my goodness. This is Aizawa. He's the original stone Neptune from Conquering Tides. I have been wanting to get this guy for quite a while, so I'm pleased that he is finally in my collection. This is Iruka. We've got Rico, Wakanda, Obito, Jay, and Cody, who actually has some really cool markings, by the way. You can see he's got a little spot in there. He's so cool. I love his face marking too. And then on the next shelf, we've got more of my stones. So this is my Foundation Quarter Horse Conga. On the end here, we've got Yamato, Voltaris, Okino, who I am obsessed with. His detail is absolutely insane. He's got Appaloosa spots and everything. He's got a custom mane and tail. He's so pretty. This is Macaroni. We've got Lloyd, Tex, Neji, Sai, and then Kakashi on the end here. And we're on our last row for this collection. These are all just models that don't have congas. So on the end here, we've got my newsworthies. This is Flash, who is painted by EA Studios on Instagram. We've got Kanan, Itsuki. This is another custom that was done by Jonas that I need to paint. He's so cool. We've got Hank, Tinin, Hizadukes, and then Rhodey. Next we have Percival, Vendel, Tracer, and Excalibur. And then lucky last, we've got Genora, my two Welsh pony mares. So this is Euphoria, who is painted by Deb Brown. And then we've got Ryan and her foal Cameron. And we have Makek, my beautiful moon warrior. I am obsessed with him, he's so pretty. Almost forgot this girl. This is Goosebumps, or Goosey, and she's my Nemo Paymo donkey that I did this year. I'm obsessed with her, she's so cute. I love her pattern and her eyes are so cool. They're blue, half brown. So yeah, that's Miss Goosey. So that is all for my collection tour. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing my collection. I have a feeling it's going to change quite drastically after Breyerfest this year. I've already got quite a few models and pickups lined up for models that I have been wanting to get for a very long time, so I'm very excited about that. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like, comment, and of course subscribe to my channel. You can check out my Instagram at aqua.models, and I will see you all in my next video. Stay legendary.